your 8-year-old son, right? Shout out to P. What is he into? Because I know jiu-jitsu is one.
Yeah.
But like, come on, that 8-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Growing up in Hawaii, going to Kamehameha. Is he going to Kamehameha?
Bro, he is testing this Saturday. Shout out Kamehameha. Let's go. Or not testing, interviewing this Saturday. Let's go.
As a KS grad, he wants to keep the bloodline strong. And
yeah. He is into, bro. And I think there's the other thing about parenting and being a dad. Like, I thought I was going to have him playing soccer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And nothing wrong with that. But I was just like, oh, that wasn't his thing. You know, and he does jiu-jitsu because I do jiu-jitsu. And I ask him if he likes it. He says, yeah. But I know, I have a big influence. I also want him to be able to protect himself. That's all I want from that. Otherwise, his influences are every other 8-year-old. He loves Minecraft, Roblox. And then he, in school, got introduced to rocks and minerals. Showed a bunch of interest in that. Like, we would go to the library. And so I was like, you know what? As a parent, how do I stoke this flame? How do I show him support? So that way, when he gets older, he has that support to pursue his passion. You know what I mean? And so, we found the Rock and Mineral Society of Hawaii. So he joins that, gets to be around other people.
There's a Rock and Mineral Society.
Shout out to the Rock and Mineral Society of Hawaii. I think like every third Wednesday they have a meeting, and they're great people. But putting him into that position, I don't particularly care for rocks and minerals, but seeing him geeked about it, and just, again, supporting that, because what makes me sad is that I think about all the adults who never find their passion or pursue their passion and go through life. I get it. You got to pay bills. You got to put food on the table, house. I get it. Like, trust me, that's not, that comes first. But whether they're not pursuing, they would rather be doing something else, or they never had that one person to just be like, yeah, go for it. You know what I mean? So again, rocks and minerals, he's into the Minecraft. Dad, you play Minecraft with me? Sure, let's do this. Jumping in and just showing up, being present. One thing, and I was thinking about it too, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. Okay, when you were younger, you and Ty, like, into the rap music and stuff, did your mom buy you a dictionary for like some kind of like rhyming or to?
No.
No?
But we had dictionaries and encyclopedias.
There you go.
Yeah.
I remember us having a conversation, and then that came into like, oh, we have this, and either Ty or you guys are like going through it and you're like, oh yeah, we use this. Or
was it a dictionary? Or, I mean, to that point, like, our mom definitely saw what we were into and supported it as best she could.
Bro, for whatever reason, that is in my head. Like,
really?
and it's weird, but I took that and I thought, like, wow, that's how I want to be, because I want to support them. Even, again, if I'm not into rap music, I'm going to support them because they are, however I can. And as long as he's not hurting anybody or being, a menace to society, like, bro, bring the rocks and minerals on, Minecraft, let's go. He's into coding. We're going to do these things. Like,
what can you share with me, something about rocks and minerals that you learned?
Bro, rocks and minerals.
I want to learn something.
Dude, he's going to kill me because I don't know. Well, recently, we said we went to a Bishop Museum, right? And so we learned about volcanoes because it's recently erupting. And when you melt different kinds of rock, like the basalt that we have here, you get some kind of a different mineral similar to obsidian, which happens to be one of his favorites. It's just, oh, dude, let's go melt rocks. I'm like, wait. It's a little bit harder than you saw the setup there, bro. Like, they have this furnace and so, yeah.
That's crazy. I wanted to melt rocks too as a kid.
Did you really?
I tried. I mean, and bro, I tried to melt the sidewalk. I tried to melt concrete. Shout out to Pete. Hey, I was a bit of a pyro as a kid. My mom will, me and Ty are going to get my mom on one of these days. But
so
for me, it was fire, heat.
Yeah.
Because there's a bit of alchemy in there, right?
Yeah.
Like a romance. It almost felt like a romantic longing or relationship, like, that I yearned for. Like, this thing, like man and fire.
Yeah.
Like super deep.
Yeah, it goes deep. Yeah.
I was enamored with the flame and I just wanted to procreate the flame, So what's combustible? That Okay, is mom home? No, okay, good. Next, what's combustible? What can I use?
What do I have? What can I try?
Bruh, I mean, thank goodness I didn't burn down the house, but I came close a couple times. and there's still damage. Don't pee responsibly.
Yep.
But hey, I also knew how to work a fire extinguisher. So,
Life lessons.
you know what I mean? I knew how to
learn.
smother. I knew the triangle, heat, combustibles, and what's the third one? Something to burn, air.
Yeah, oxygen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oxygen. So I knew if I take one of those away, I can mitigate any damage. Well, maybe not damage, but I could stop.
Yeah.
But I remember trying to melt rocks, bro.
See?
Like there's different coral rocks,
Yeah.
obviously in Hawaii and Westside, like Everplains. So there's red dirt, there's coral rock. It's different from, if you go up Makakilo and you find some rocks up there. So you know what? That's just something I think 8-year-old boys all around the world are doing right now, is trying to melt rocks. And,
Let's just try this out.
Chris, tell me you never got him one of those, like grow your own crystal.
Oh, bro, we've
things.
gone through so many of those.
Right?
Like that was his thing too.
Add water, mix this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can I make? Dad, what if we add this? Or, and I think it's just, as a parent, just fostering that, again, showing up. And even if I don't particularly interested, I gotta be there for him. And so
you taking him Bishop Museum to Hawaiiana. Okay. That one, we take our kids there as well. And it seems like every time we visit, there's something new. I mean, even if the exhibitions don't change much.
Yeah.
It seems like there's always something that I pick up on.
Yep.
Whether it's the dog tooth lay.
Yeah.
Or like something I just never read before.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time.
And like recently it was if you go in, when you go in, there's like the ulua.
Yeah.
You go underneath the ulua.
Yep.
Then it's on the first floor, but it's on the far side of the room. It's the cape.
Yeah.
That was recently returned.
Yeah.
From, was it New Zealand or?
I forget. I know what you're talking about, because now I only get the helmet there. We walked past it this past time.
So that was the most recent thing for me. I was like, oh, there's a story about how this was actually way across the ocean. It was more recently returned. So even if it's something that I've seen before, the story that I can now associate with it.
Yeah.
Obviously the fishing, the lures, you know what I mean? Because imagine fishing back like just 500 years ago. What would fishing look like on these same shores that we grew up on? I can't imagine, but I like to imagine. I like to think about what that would have been like: shoreline fishing, throwing net, torching, even diving, like versions of diving.
Yeah.
You know what? I got the biggest, what's it called? Kauri.
Oh,
Kauri shell I ever did see right here at the home break, if you will.
Yeah.
And I kind of like, I was torn, because I'm like, should I take it or should I not? I took it.
Yeah.
I took it. I dive. For me, it was like a PB dive.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't dive that far. But I was like, this is a good test.
Yeah.
If anything, it would be for that.
Yeah.
And I already take from the ocean.
Yeah.
Right. And so I feel like everybody who does take from the ocean, or even the land for that matter, there's a certain amount of debt. I feel like you might call it kuleana, you might call it something else, but if you take, you got to kind of give and replenish.
Yeah.
And so in a way, I felt I kind of did when I'm looking at it, like, should I get it? I kind of did the math in my head. Like, man, I'm not that in debt,
Yeah.
Like,
they can.
I fish responsibly.
Yeah.
And but that's here in 2025. Imagine 19, 18, 17, 16, whatever, how far back you like go, which actually reminds me, I had something there it is. Boop. This is for P.
Oh, bro.
There's a little one harvested right over here at West Oahu.
Perfect. You're going to make that luhe'e lure that you saw. That's beautiful,
I hope he makes it and actually catches one.
Bro, we're going to do it. Like so every time, because we travel, right?
Yeah.
And so every time we go, we try to stop at a museum just to explore and experience. And so when we travel, I have them bring a book. You know, if something catches your eye, jot it down, draw a picture of it. I want you to be able to remember it. I'm not going to tell you what to look at, whatever catches your eye. And so again, he saw that luhe lure and he was like, oh, okay, this is like, Dad, can we make this? I'm like, you know, I mean, it's a shell, it's a hook and a line, you know? So, yeah, sure, I can do that. We can do this. You know, I made a fish trap when I was in high school. I could do this. But yeah.
Hey, you know what? I really hope, because every time I see this, for those who don't know, this is used as an octopus lure.
Mm-hmm.
So I see this, especially at Bishop Museum, and you see the different versions across the Pacific Ocean and different versions and setups, angles of the hook, thickness of the line, everything. And I just never, even with all the video that there is online today, I've never seen a video of that work. I've seen people catch taco with line from like a diver's POV underwater. I'm like, oh, cool. You can see it move and
come out.
But not with that. Especially if you do it old school and like you're not using fishing line or anything. You actually make your own rope.
Now we have a challenge.
Hey, I'm all for that challenge.
Yeah, I like it.
And when you said you made a fish net, is that something you did at Kamehameha Schools or something you did by yourself?
No. At Kamehameha Schools, one of our projects was to make one of those old school fish traps. The kind with the rock at the bottom. Like so you put the bait inside, they come in, they kind of exit. It was it wasn't the prettiest. It was high school.
Oh, high school.
Yeah.
Did you actually try it?
I did, and I didn't catch anything, but I don't think I tried hard enough, like to go, you know, and really go to a good spot and drop it. But yeah, I think Mom still actually has it someplace. Mom doesn't throw anything away. Yeah, we'll find it.
Hey,
I should find it and bring it for P. Would be
bro. Why not make it? That's for me. The selfish dad in me wants to take my girls fishing.
Are they interested?
Yeah. Like sometimes it feels like I'm forcing it.
Yeah.
Like we're going. No, we're going. You know, like sometimes it feels like that.
Yeah.
But without fail, every time we're actually on the shore.
Yeah.
Again, like you said, the environment does it. I don't have to say anything once we're there on the shore.
Yeah.
And it could be a tide pool, it could be sandcastles, it could be hand lining, it could be so many different things, which is why I love the term holo holo.
Yeah.
Because it might not mean fishing.
Yeah.
But I'll have my fishing gear.
Be ready at all
times. It might
to do
be
anything.
just with a net catching little fish, or it might be just catching crabs. Whatever the case, that environment for learning that's what I really want to impart on them.
Yeah.
Is like we can show up and we don't know exactly what we're going to do or catch or go for.
Yeah.
But when we show up and we see the conditions, we'll figure it out.
It's problem solving, man.
And we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Which in a way, like the beach is one of the best learning environments. For me, we're biased because we grew up in it. But imagine if we grew up in like Nebraska.
I can't. We just went beach this past Friday, you know, after Paul Hanakain, like, hey, you know what, let's just catch a sunset.
Yeah.
And White Plains, you know, they're playing in the sand, the little ones, you know, getting exposed to that. I just sat down as I'm trying to be more present, and I just looked out into the water at the sunset. Again, I'm biased, one of the most beautiful sunsets, you know, ever. Just thinking, like, where else in the world would you really be able to just Friday afternoon after work, you know, last minute, shoot it to the beach,
sunset,
catch the sunset. This is picturesque, you know what I mean? And I often take it for granted. I'm sitting home in traffic, just driving, but if I, you know, I mean, responsibly look around, you know, I mean, the mountains we're driving through, we just shot over the H Street to go Kaneohe, and we're just looking at the mountains, and we're just, bro, the corals are beautiful. That's
always, I don't care.
No matter how many times I drive over, if it's raining, but look at the waterfalls. And then again, going back, what did this look like back in the day? Like, can you imagine? And that's why New Zealand, when we went, bro, that's the only place that P cried leaving. And we travel a lot because of what JC does, and we're very fortunate. But out of all the places that we've been to, he's only cried that once and leaving Queenstown. He did not want to go. Like, it was that beautiful, and it brought that kind of maybe what Hawaii would have looked like, you know, back in the day.